What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome back to my F1 2016 career mode. This is the final season and this is the Singapore Grand Prix. Not long till F1 27 now, and if you're looking forward to that game and that game on my channel and the rest of the season, do hit that subscribe button. But we're trying to get these races out as quick as possible, and Singapore, it's got to be my most hated one. Closer Baku, I've got to say, but I think it's slightly worse. But in terms of upgrades here, we're going to fully upgrade the drag. I have been doing it after the weekends, but I just want to get this out the way. I'm not too bothered about fuel efficiency, but I'm just looking at the table there, and Red Bull just seem too far ahead, even if I make them two fuel upgrades, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But in terms of recent form, we're looking good. 2/3 of the way through the season, so I've got to get these videos out like once a day at the moment, so that's what I'm trying to do. And we're just trying to have a great end to the season and hopefully challenge for the title if we can. So, into qualifying, Singapore, and yeah, it started raining pretty early on. I pretty much went straight out, and then it started drizzling, and it's probably more than drizzling now. It's probably getting towards intermediate conditions, but I thought I'd try going out on the dries just to see if we could put a lap in. But yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, so I'll put on the inters, and this is on the out lap. That's pretty bad. I say pretty bad, that's very bad. We pretty much get stuck here. This it's like a 20-point turn in the end, but onto our actual lap. And there's not that long in the session, and we don't have that much fuel, so this is actually our final run. Some drivers have put in laps on the Ultra Softs, and I don't know how they've done that, but our lap time is already 15 seconds slower than Hulkenberg in first, so I thought, oh, people better be putting laps on intermediates, and it's P16 for now. Hopefully that's going to be enough to get us through. We're 18 seconds off the pace. So, how did all them drivers put laps in on dry tyres? I don't know. Some of them are very bad. You can see Palmer's 16 seconds off, and we've been knocked out. Oh, I feel like we needed to get a decent session here to have a good race, but no, we've been knocked out with our teammate. A variant of different compounds used, so a crazy Q1 there, and yeah, hopefully it gets better in the race. But again, guys, I do never feel confident around here. Results around here in the past 4 seasons: 2 DNFs, a P11 and a 4th, so that 4th was very lucky as well in terms of strategy. So yeah, not feeling confident around here. The car didn't feel great in qualifying. I'm just hoping to entertain you guys and have a satisfying race. Yeah, and maybe get a point or two if we can. Hopefully not crash out again, because this is definitely my worst race, as I said, in terms of past form. DNF twice, which I don't think I've done at any other track, so not feeling the most confident, but hopefully we can have a good race. And let's go over to Crofty for the grid.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Kvyat, Hamilton, Jenson Button, and Hulkenberg, Perez, Vettel, Grosjean, and Valtteri Bottas, Massa, Rosberg, Esteban Gutierrez, and Alonso, Palmer, Magnussen, Carlos Sainz, and Pascal Wehrlein, Sauber and Ericsson, Rio Haryanto, and Daniel Ricciardo rounds off the grid.
So, that's the grid for the Singapore Grand Prix. In terms of strategy, not too much to talk about really. It's mainly a one-stop, starting on the super softs and then going on to the softs. So hopefully we can maintain our tyre wear. It's very difficult around here, but we're building up to the start of the race. 5 lights and away we go. We don't get the best of starts. We've been getting pretty good starts recently, but we're not going to be making too much into turn 1. We do go up the inside, try and take advantage of the AI. Going very slow. Hamilton's taking a wrong turn there. Must have had a bit of contact, but we slip up the inside of Gutierrez. Are we going to get up to P15? We get that classic oversteer every single season, and can we fight back against the Haas driver? I think we've got the outside line. Our tyre is side alongside his, but we're trying to attack Gutierrez, getting the slipstream, but he's going very defensive. But I think we should be able to get him up the inside here under braking. Yes, we can. And no, he's actually fighting back. We mount the curb there, but up to P15, so a solid start. Nothing too spectacular, but my main aim is just to stick with the guys ahead. I know the AI are pretty strong around here, and I know I'm not very good around here, and the combination of them should result in me going backwards, but let's see how we do. Alonso ahead is on the soft compounded tyres, and we're going to try and slip up the inside. A bit of an unexpected move, a bit of contact tyre to tyre, but I knew I had to get that done. because if I was going to get slowed down, it would be by McLaren on the harder compound. So we got Alonso out the way. Let's see if we can catch up to the back of Rosberg, and I really did, because this battle was absolutely crazy ahead. Massa, Vettel, Hamilton, Rosberg, we're just trying to look for the opportunity to get past, but Hamilton's moved as well. We have to back off. Oh, Rosberg's put us into the wall. I don't think we've got damage. We're okay for now, but Massa and Hamilton are so slow. Vettel's just got past, looking for the opportunity to overtake, but we've lost so much time compared to the top 10. Oh, this is a late move up the inside of Rosberg. Rosberg's gone into the barrier there, but we've got the move done. Rosberg left a lot of room. Probably too much room, which is surprising for Nico, but we got the move done. Now we're on the back of Massa, or are we? We get a terrible run through the final a few corners there, getting on the curb, and now Gutierrez is going for the move. He's giving us a nudge from behind. We've missed our break in there because of the nudge, and I did want to check out the replay. I always like to check out the replay just to note my driving standards. Am I driving well and driving fairly? Did I move too late there? Honestly, at the time I didn't think so, but I thought I'd check out a couple of replays. So on board with Gutierrez, he moves, I move as well, and he moves back and then I think makes contact with me. So I think that's kind of like Max Verstappen. Gutierrez moves, so I move to cover him off. It's not in the braking zone, but I don't think I moved too late. He actually moves back and then hits the rear of my car. I don't like getting hit in the rear. I'm getting absolutely sick of it on this game, but I think that's the AI, just don't know when to back out. But Vettel seems to have serious problems here with his brakes. He's really holding on Massa. I think he was the one causing the issues before, but Massa's got DRS and a run. We've got a double toe and DRS. We're just looking for the space here. Could we go 3 wide into the braking zone, trying to slow the car down and keep it within the white lines? And we do it very nicely. Vettel coming back there, but no. We've made the double overtake, and that was very important in terms of our race. Vettel was slowing us up so much. Vettel and Massa side by side was just too much. There's a bit of contact between the two of them. We'll see a couple of on boards in a second. Vettel, he must have brake issues. He's all over the place, keeps locking up. I say he keeps locking up. Massa locked up and went into the side of him there. And Vettel tried to get the position back for myself, but I covered him off nicely. And here's Massa. He just gets sandwiched by the both of us, locks up. And oh, bit of tie-to-tie contact, and he doesn't react well to that at all. But what I needed was Vettel to hold the rest of the field up, and he did that for a few laps. Gutierrez eventually got through, and now he's on the attack. Gutierrez seems to have decent pace. The Haas has definitely improved recently. Side by side into turn 1. Are we going to try and defend our position around the outside? Yes, we do. We just keep the car on the track. We're up to P7 now, as I think 4 cars have pit by now. I think we were in P11. But a yellow flag ahead, don't know what's going on there. But Gutierrez gets such a great run out of turn 2 there. He goes up the inside, and with DRS now, he might get past me. He's actually side by side already. We go up to Rich Mix to try and fight back here. Massa's coming through as well. Oh, I thought there was going to be a crash there. Oh, we're fully locked up there. Just avoiding contact, side by side with Massa. Can we get the position back? No, we can't. Massa's pretty much all over the place, locking up once again. And we've been overtaken by 2 cars there, which shows that really doesn't happen often to me. So it shows how little pace we have at the moment, and locking up, trying to keep up with Massa as best we can. We're gaining confidence and we're gaining a little bit of speed, but Rosberg's actually out the race in this sector. Wasn't too sure where he was actually, but he was a few cars behind me. This is not the best of camera angles, I've got to say, but yeah, the engine blows up. I see Marcus in the background. Hello, Marcus. Yeah, so he's actually not that far behind me, and I've noticed around Singapore, for me, the safety car never comes out. I don't know why. It's probably where it would come out the most. I'm sure it's 100% a success race in real life in terms of the safety car. That Perez and Massa incident reminded me of Hülkenberg and Massa. I thought someone was going to end up in the barrier there, but that's helped us in terms of getting a run. Massa takes not a great entry into turn 3 there. We go for the switchback. DRS. He's got DRS as well, but we had the momentum, and I think we're up to P4 here, but yeah, we really are causing a train of cars. We're not quick at all, guys. I really was struggling. The car felt awful. I'd say maybe worse than in Spain, where it was so bad. This is on the lap I did intend on pitting, and you can see how much we're struggling. Oh, there's the back end. We made contact with the barrier, locking up the car. It really does feel so bad. If you watch my Spain race this season, you'll know how bad I felt then. And we're actually up to P3. But I think most drivers have one more pit stop to make. Massa goes for the move here, but we're going to try and go for the switchback just for a bit of entertainment. Not sure if we'll be fighting for any points today. And Bit of a stupid move here. I don't know why go for the overtake. We're lucky Massa didn't turn in there, but we got the move done. Definitely coming into the pits. These tyres aren't even that worn. I'd say about 50%, so it just shows how badly we're handling this car. I don't think it's the setup either. I have added one tweak of downforce, or one figure of downforce. I don't know what you want to call it on this game, but a terrible pit stop because we get held up by Palmer, and we've actually come out in last place. But I am pretty sure that everyone has to pit one more time. I'm just trying to make up as many positions as I can. I'm kind of facing that this isn't going to be a good race finish, if it's going to be a finish at all. So up to Rich Mix, trying to stick with Palmer and trying to make sure the cars that were behind us before don't get the overcut. Ericsson first of all comes into the pit, so we're successfully ahead of our teammate. That's one thing, but I do know the other drivers and cars are quicker than us around here. So is there going to be anyone else? Yes, it is, and it's actually Sebastian Vettel, so he's not that far behind me considering his car has issues. So we're ahead of the car with issues and my teammate. This is the big lap because there is a lot of cars in the pits now. This will be key to where we would end up and how many positions we would be trying to defend. We're ahead of Raikkonen there. Who's this? Carlos Sainz. I don't think he was that far behind us before. We're trying to fight back here. He's trying to get his tyres up to temperature, so we should get a shot at going for the move on the DRS straight. Why go for the move here? I don't know. Not great racecraft. Maybe me being a bit too impatient. So DRS now, but we have lost momentum. We really don't have great straight line speed with this setup. Trying to fight back. Go and get Sainz up the inside. He just leaves enough room lockup. And that's a move I've done quite a lot around this track, and it felt satisfying, it really did. Not like much else in this race with myself, but it was something. And now lap 19, we got Sainz right on our tail. We're in P12. I think there's a couple more cars yet to pit, but yeah, we're dropping further back behind Palmer for one. And just look at the gap to the top 7, 8, 9 cars. So now we're just trying to defend from the cars behind. We're causing a huge strain, and yeah, it's just going to get worse, guys, because Carlos Sainz is coming, and What else can I say about this, guys? What else can I say? I'm getting absolutely sick of the AI ramming me from behind and taking me out. The amount of times this happens, it's an absolute joke. Bring on F1 2017 where the AI better be better than this. Raikkonen has absolutely bamboozled me, rammed me into Carlos Sainz, taken Sainz out the race. This is on board with Carlos Sainz, and there's nothing he can do there. I'm just turned straight into him, and his suspension is broken in the wall. On board with Raikkonen, he just gets such momentum. The AI just don't know when to back off. Absolute stupidity. I'm glad he gets this nudge here and puts him in the wall, because if we got away with that, I would have been absolutely just seething, and you can just see there's nothing. I don't even move at all. I'm not even defending. I'm pretty much letting Sainz go for the move, and Raikkonen just comes from nowhere and rams me. So, no front wing. I'm practically last. I'm probably about 10 seconds behind P17 now, so at this point on you don't get a safety car around here. We just had a huge crash. We've had a retirement. There is no safety car in Singapore, clearly. No realism. So we're going to have a pit stop. We have lost our front wing, so that's half a minute lost. We're about 40, 50 seconds behind. What's the point? I want to move on to Malaysia and record that race. I simulated the race, the rest of the race. I just really couldn't be bothered, guys. And there was no point, really. I'd be driving around on my own. And luckily, in terms of the results, we ended up finishing in dead last. So I'm glad that happened. But Perez and Kvyat, the two cars that were miles ahead at the start, finished 1-2. We've had an absolute disaster there, a race to forget. I really want to move on to Malaysia. That will be so much more exciting and hopefully a lot more positive. Ericsson ended up P17, so that's something. Raikkonen beat him though, which was totally undeserved. So we have lost out to the guys who actually scored points in that race. Verstappen, Perez, Hülkenberg. I don't think Rosberg or Sainz scored, so that's good for us. So we're still in the mix around 5th place. Our main aim is to finish in the top 5. Obviously, we want to try and fight for the title. 41 points behind Verstappen. Red Bull have the best car, so that's going to be very difficult. But obviously, we're going to try our best. And with 6 races to go, we've got a shot. We never know what's going to happen. Anyone can win a race, really. So things are going to get very exciting. Grosjean got some great points there. I think he finished 5th, actually. So has seriously been scoring points recently. We can see Gutierrez with 24 there. Absolute momentous season for him. In terms of the constructors, Red Bull and Force India, what a battle that is. We're stuck in 6th, unfortunately, so not too much excitement there. So if you have enjoyed this race, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next race. Goodbye.